Once upon a time in the 12th century, there lived a young girl named Tiffany. Yep, you heard me right. Tiffany. Not Juliana, no Eleanor, but Tiffany. Now, if you are thinking, wait a minute, that's a modern name. Well, that's exactly why we are here.
You see, Tiffany wasn't hanging out at trendy cafes or flipping her hair in some 90s rom-com. No, she was likely called Theophania. That's a full, fancy Greek-inspired name, meaning manifestation of God. But through the years, Theophania got a little makeover and became the Tiffany we all know today. And now, centuries later, everyone thinks Tiffany just popped into existence like she came out of an episode of Gossip Girl. But, folks, that's where we run headfirst into something called Tiffany effect. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving into one of the sneakiest little tricks your brain plays on you, the Tiffany effect. So, what is it? It is when something seems brand new or modern, but it actually has roots that stretch way further back in time than you could ever guess. But here's the catch, it is not just about names like Tiffany. The Tiffany effect is a double whammy. It's both a historical fiction problem and a psychological phenomenon that messes with the sense of history. Let's unpack that. Okay, picture this. You're writing a historical novel set in the 1400s. You want your heroine to stand out, so you pick the name Tiffany. Sounds cool, right? But your readers are all like, whoa, 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 that's way too modern for the 1400s. But guess what? They're wrong. Tiffany was totally around back then. Authors cannot use it in historical or fantasy fiction as the name looks too modern. This is an example of how reality is sometimes too unrealistic. And this is what we call the historical fiction problem. Even when a name or a trend was historically accurate, people think it is wrong because it feels too modern. Now let's talk about the psychological side. This is where the things get really interesting. Our brains are wired to categorize things into modern and old. When something feels like it belongs in the modern category, even though it doesn't, we get confused. And that's the Tiffany effect. Think of it like this, our brains are like a messy filing cabinet, throwing Tiffany in the modern names folder, even though she's been kicking around for centuries. So, why does this happen? Why do we get tricked into thinking things are newer than they actually are? Well, it's mix of a pop culture, media, and how often we interact with these things. When something like the name Tiffany or a fashion trend come back in a big way, whether it is in movies, on social media, or on the runway, our brain just file it under new, even if it has been around forever. Now that you have got the hang of it, let's look at some examples of Tiffany effect across completely different parts of life. The internet. You probably think the internet was born in the 90s, I mean AOL, dial up sounds, and all that. No, it started way back in the 1960s with ARP in it. And your parents or grandparents could have been online long before your social media existed.
Yoga. Yoga is super trendy these days, right? But people have been doing downward dog posture for over 5,000 years in ancient India.
Halloween. Sure, we associate Halloween with costumes and candy, but the holiday's root trace back over 2000 years to the Celtic festival of Samhain. Artificial intelligence. AI feels like it is a straight out of the future, right? But the ancient Greeks were already dreaming of automated beings like Talos. And in the 20th century, Alan Turing just gave it a scientific makeover. Minimalism. Minimalism might look super sleek and modern, but the idea of simplicity in design goes way back to ancient Japan. We have been obsessed with less is more for centuries. Feminism. Feminism feels like a 20th century movement, but people like Mary Wollstonecraft were writing about women's rights back in 18th century, and ancient female philosophers like Hypatia were advocating for equality even further back. And Savitri Bai Phule ji was a pioneer of feminism in India. She set up the Bal Hatya Pratibandhak Griha to prevent female infanticide and campaigned against the killing of widows and pregnant rape victims. Comic books. Before Marvel and DC, ancient cave paintings and Japanese manga were already telling stories through art. We have been loving illustrated narratives for ages. Psychotherapy. We often credit Sigmund Freud with inventing therapy, but ancient philosophies, be it Greek or Indian, were always into introspection and self analysis. And that is long before the couch session became popular. Caffeinated drinks. Your modern coffee isn't a modern miracle. People have been sipping coffee since the 15th century in the Middle East, and tea goes even back further to ancient China. And there you have it. The Tiffany effect strike again. Whether it's name, trends, or ancient practices, our perception of time is always playing tricks on us. So, next time you think something is all shiny and new, remember, history has been hiding things in plain sight and you just don't know it. Or you don't want to know it and you just don't want to do better. And have you ever felt like you can't win no matter what you try? This is called learned helplessness. And that's the feeling we are diving into this video. We'll break down what learned helplessness is, how it works, and more importantly, how to beat it. So do check out this video next.
Thank you for watching Easily Explained. See you next one.